I believe we all know that senses can be deceiving, although we need them and we use them a lot. So often we'll understand things and we'll look at things and begin to put something together in our heads, and most of the time we get it right. Sometimes, though, we're just dead wrong. So it's not perfect. It's useful, but it's not perfect. And we need to be aware of this, because what you understand in your head isn't always what reality is, even though your senses tell you that it is. One good example, since you live in the desert, most of us here, a mirage. It sure looks like water. It sure isn't. But your senses tell you it is. So you got to be careful with this. And you can think of interpersonal situations like that too, where you think something is true, but you're actually mistaken, and you find out later. The Lord is doing a strong teaching here to a people who want to sense understanding. And it's about something deeper. It's a deeper level of knowing. It's about knowing something in the heart. And that's not something your brain gets straight. It's something your heart can do, a different level of knowing. I'll give you an example that happened in my own life, and there are others, and I think you can think of examples, but about 40 years ago, I was living in the Bay Area. My sister was here in Phoenix, and I knew she was going into labor. We didn't talk even a week before that. I mean, I knew it could have happened, but I knew she was going into labor, and I found out later I was right. She was. She didn't call me, I didn't call her. It's just something I knew was true. Well, we don't practice this level of knowing very much, do we? All the way through school, we're taught all the sense knowledge and then calculations in the brain, if you will, and that equals truth. And it does usually. But there's another way to know, and we're not good at it because we don't practice it. It's kind of rusty. But it's all in us. We have this ability to know what is true by the way we love. And we know what is true because we love. That's what you need for today, for this gospel. You need that level of knowing, that level of wisdom. The people object to what Jesus is teaching them because their senses tell them, here is a guy in front of us. He might be this mythical war hero, son of man person we're thinking of, and we really want to help us get rid of the Romans, but he's telling us we have to eat his flesh and drink his blood. And they know he's not speaking metaphorically, because that's why they object. How can this man give us his flesh to eat? And in their world, blood carried the life. Now we know in ours, through biology and other things, that blood is necessary for life, but other things are too, not just blood. But they felt life was in the blood, that was God's gift of life. This is why there are kosher laws about how you slaughter animals, because you don't take the blood. It's not yours to take. It's God's to give. And so when they hear him say, drink my blood, what? Only God can do that. So you see, the stumbling block happens. People choose to reject this teaching. And a lot of Christians reject this teaching. You need to eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood. Really, symbolically is nice. But it's like getting in the car, turning on the ignition and not going anywhere. You need to move the vehicle. You need to come to know that God is going to feed us with divine life in the Eucharist. That all the treasures of the heart of Christ, that sacred heart, are poured out so that we can have God's life in us. Of course you have to eat it and drink it, because it is divine life, and you will not have it in you if you don't eat it and drink it. It is God's life. And Christ can give it because it belongs to him. He's not borrowing it. And it's way more than a symbol. It's so deep, it's so profound, that this is the best language to use to speak about it. So you, at this time, as a faithful Christian, faithful Catholic, walking through the evil days that we're in, we all need this strength, this courage to keep walking in the midst of the storm, in the midst of the dark. I can't do it by myself. I know I need this. I think you know you need it too. That's why you're here. That it's with the power of God's own life given to us through Christ, the Son of Man, who is also the Son of God. It is through Him that we have the courage and strength to say yes once again. Yes, I believe. Yes, I will go forward. Yes, I am who I am. Yes, I am committed to this faith. Yes, I will give myself to Him who truly loves me so much that He gives me His own life. What a beautiful thing to recognize that here we are called together, giving each other the strength and the courage to be who we are as a church, and to say yes to the power of God who feeds us with His own life. As we move into the future, as we work on healing and repair, we have to remember the body of Christ is deeply wounded. But we are given the grace of healing and the grace of life, especially in the Eucharist. So I encourage you at this time, more than ever, to recommit yourself to faith in the Christ who feeds us with His very life, so that you too become the body of Christ. Without Him, we can do nothing. With Him, we can do all good things.